We got 6 minus 4 tan of x equals secant squared. I'm starting with number 8 because I think we did everything else at your house. So I'm trying to pull my answers up, make sure I'm good. The first thing I need to do is I notice I have two different trig functions. I have tan, I have secant, and there's a relationship here between tan and secant. So what I can do is I can replace secant squared with tangent squared of x plus 1. I get everything on one side, so I can factor it. I'm going to move it to the right side because that's where my squared is. So minus 6 plus 4 tan x. So I've got tangent squared plus 4 tan of x minus 5. That factors into tan of x plus 5. And let me move this. I gotta get situated. My arm's wanting to hurt a little bit. And tan of x minus 1. So I've got where is tan equal to negative 5 and where is tan equal to 1? Well, I know where tan equals 1. Tan equals 1 at the 45-degree angles. Here, all students take calculus. And here, well, this one's 45, this one's 225. If I forget to put my degree symbol, just bear with me. And then I want to know where tan is negative 5. Now, I'm using a different calculator, but I know that you can do just inverse tan of negative 5. So I get negative 78.69. Now, my domain, negative 78.661. So I get negative 78. Negative 78.69. Okay. But my domain said from 0 to 360. So what I have to do, and this is said the 78.69 is my reference angle. So it's basically, I ignore the negative. It's just that's how big the angle is. So all students take calculus. So tan is negative. So pretty much what I want is I want this angle here. So it's going to be 78.69 from 180. So I would do 180 minus 78.69. I would get 101.3. So 101.3. And then I want this angle. So it's 360 degrees minus, because it's 78 away from, whoops, 78.69. 281.3. Okay, and those are my 4 answers. Whoops, 0.3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is correct. Okay. This one, again, I've got, let's see, paste. I'm going to use my identities again. I'm going to use the fact that cotangent squared here is cosecant squared minus 1. So I'm going to do 2 times cosecant squared minus 1 minus 19 equals 3 cosecant of x. I'm going to try to move my screen again. It's like my arm's hurting. It's doing something funny. I think I fixed it. So it would be 2 cosecant squared of x minus 2 minus 19 equals 3 cosecant of x. So I'm going to put the 3 over here. So it would be 2 cosecant squared of x minus 3 cosecant of x minus 21. And now I'm thinking I did something wrong. Because negative 3, 2 times 21 is 42. 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3. Won't go. Yeah, well. 3 and 3, 14. 4 won't go. 5 won't go. 6 and 7. Well, did I do something wrong? Surely to goodness, surely he doesn't want you to do the quadratic formula here. Does he want you to do the quadratic formula here? That is just freaking evil. Um, I'm going to cheat. This is why he doesn't want you to have this calculator. Okay, if I had x, wait, 2x, I'm just figuring out if you're supposed to even do the quadratic formula. I remember you said something about having to stick it in your calculator. 2x squared minus 3x minus 21 equals 0, comma, x. And then that would be cotan equals that. So cotan inverse. I know that you don't have that button. I'm just seeing if I'm right. This will even give you the answer that you want. No, it's not. Oh wait, it's not cotan inverse, it's cosecant inverse. 7, 6, 22. Yep, that is exactly what he wants you to do. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it doesn't factor. Wow. So just pretend that you had this. Do the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And what you get are these answers here. The negative 2.576. So you got cosecant of x equals negative 2.576. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I can't even get it. Wow. And what was the other one? 4.076. So you got to do cosecant inverse. So you would do sine inverse of 1 over negative 2.576. And that's going to give you negative 22.84, which is not your answer. We're just going to hold on to it for a second. And then the other one, you would do sine inverse. I'm just going to do cosecant inverse because my calculator will do it for sake of time, because this video is going to be ridiculously long. And my kids are going to be coming in 30 minutes. So, for sake of time, that's what I want to do. 14.201. Okay, so 14.201. So the question is, where's cosecant negative? All students take calculus. Cosecant is negative in the first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So I want this angle and I want this angle. But the distance is 22.84. That's all that's telling you. So I want this one, so I would do 180 minus 22.84. 180 minus 22.84. 150, something's wrong. What'd I do? Crap. All students. Oh, because I'm a moron. Sine is not, I'm sorry. Cosecant is negative where sine's negative, so it's in these two quadrants. So this one, so I would do 180 plus. Gosh, I'm sorry. Whoops. So that's 202.8. There we go. Golly. I'm off my game today. And then the 337, you do 360 minus 22.8, and we've already done that one. It was right here, 337.2. And then the other one, the 14.2, so where's it positive? Cosecant is positive where sine's positive here and here. So it would be the 14.2 and then the 180 minus 14.2, which gives me 165.8, which is the other correct answer. Gosh. This man is evil. So here I've got cosine squared and I've got sine squared in the same problem. I just need to pick one. Do I want to be in terms of sine or do I want to be in terms of that? What is this mess? I wanted to paste this. There we go. So I'm going to replace, I don't care, I'll just replace sine squared with 1 minus cosine squared. Get everything on one side. So add, so 4 cosine squared equals 1, divide by 4. Cosine squared equals 1/4. Cosine equals plus or minus 1/2. So where is cosine? A half. Cosine is a half at the 60s. Here, 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 and here. So 60, 180 minus 60 is 120. 180 plus 60 is 240. 360 minus 60 is 300. So there's my 4 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of these are going to go fast and some of them are going to go slow. The cosine of x plus sine tan. I worked it out just a second ago to make sure I had it. Where's it at? There it is. You have to use the fact that tan is sine over cosine and replace. You got to get fancy on this one. Sine over cosine. You have to get a common denominator. So the common denominator would be cosine. So here, if you multiply the bottom by cosine, you also have to multiply the top by cosine, and I'm probably not supposed to be using pink right now. You said you couldn't see red. I bet you can't see pink. So that's going to be cosine squared. We use dark colors. I'll just use black. And then this is sine squared equals 2. So what I've got is this is an identity. Cosine squared plus sine squared is 1 over cosine equals 2 over 1. Well, if you flip the whole thing over, that's the same thing as saying cosine over 1 equals 1/2. So the question is, where is cosine a half? Well, cosine is a half, a positive a half. Cosine's positive in the first and the fourth. It's a half at the 60-degree angle. So here's 60, so 180, or 0 plus 60, and 300 minus 60. 360 minus 60 would be 300. So those are my 2 answers. 12 is evil. It's an evil problem. You have to be real fancy. It's just evil. Just trust me, it's bad. That's not supposed to have a squared on it. So what I'm going to do is I recognize that there's a relationship between cosecant and cotan, but the relationship only exists if they're squared here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to square both sides. Now you got to be careful when you square both sides, because what happens is you create extra answers, extraneous solutions. So if we fold this out, we get 1 minus 2 cotan of x plus cotan squared of x. And then I can replace cosecant squared with 1 plus cotan squared. Get everything on one side. So I've got negative 2 cotan of x equals 0. If I divide by negative 2, I have cotan of x equals 0. Well, where does cotan equal 0? Cotan equals 0 where cosine equals 0, because remember, cotan is cosine over sine. You would want the top to be 0, because if the bottom is 0, it's going to be undefined. So where's cosine 0? Cosine is 0 at 90 and at 270. But because I squared both sides, typically I have 2 answers. If you look at your original degree, it's 1, so only one of my answers is going to work. So I have to fill it back in to my original. Cosecant of 90 plus cotan of 90 equals 1. Well, cosecant of 90 is 0. Cosecant of 90 is 1, I'm sorry. Cosecant of 90 is 1 plus 0 equals 1. So this one works. But if I fill this one in, I get negative 1 plus 0 equals 1, which does not work. So this one doesn't work. So my only answer is 90. 13, if you multiply both sides by 1 minus cosine, you get 1 plus cosine of x equals 3 times 1 minus cosine of x. So you'd have 1 plus cosine of x equals 3 minus 3 cosine of x, minus 1, minus 1, minus cosine, minus cosine. So I got 0 equals 2 minus 4 cosine of x. I should have left the 2 over here. Oh well. Divided by negative 4. Cosine of x equals a half. So I want to know, where is cosine a half? Cosine is a half at the 60s, and it's only positive in these two quadrants. So it's 0 plus 60 is 60, and then it's 60 away from 360, so it's 300. Just pretend like I'm putting degrees on all these. And I hope this video isn't getting so long that it doesn't play. This one, you actually can factor it. Yay! What multiplies to give you 2? Multiplies to give you 2, adds to give you 3, it'd be 2 and 1. So it's going to be, I'm going to factor by grouping, 2 sine squared plus 2 sine of x plus 1 sine of x plus 1. So it'd be 2 sine plus 1 plus 1 sine plus 1. So it's 2 sine of x plus 1 sine of x plus 1. My wrist is starting to hurt. I'm going to get carpal tunnel. So sine of x equals negative a half, and sine of x equals negative 1. Well, where's sine of x? Negative a half. Does it say 210? Is that a place on my screen? Yeah, I guess it is. Sine is a half at the 30s. So here, where that's 30, so 180 minus 30 is 150, 180 plus 30 is 210, 360 minus 30 is 330. But it's negative, sine's negative here and here. So it would be 210, 330, and then it's negative 1 here, 270. Oh, this is another one I'm going to have to, oh gosh, this one looks like it's going to be nasty. I'm going to replace either secant squared or tangent squared. I'm going to replace tangent squared because I think it's going to be easier. With my identity, paste here. I'm going to actually replace secant squared with tangent squared, not theta, x plus 1 plus tangent squared minus 3 equals 0. So 2 tan squared plus 2. So 2 of them plus 1 of them makes 3 tangents squared. And then a negative 3 and a positive 2 would be minus 1. So where is tangent squared? 1/3. Square root, square root. So where is tan? Plus or minus the square root of 1 over 3. Or, that's the square root of 1 is 1 over the square root of 3. Rationalize. So where is tan? Plus or minus the square root of 3 over 3. Tan is, that's going to be at my 30-degree angles. That's going to be here, 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 and here. And since it's plus or minus, it's all of them. So that's 30. 180 minus 30 is 150. 180 plus 30 is 210. 360 minus 30 is 330. So there's all 4 of them. Okay. 16, and now we're getting into some that aren't going to come out nicely. We're going to have to use our calculator again. Yay. Not yay. I'm totally kidding. There's absolutely no reason why you should have to do anything that's not on your circle. It's going to be irrelevant, and you're not going to use it in calculus at all. So I'm going to replace cosine squared with 1 minus sine squared. Plus 5 sine equals 1. 3 minus 3 sine squared plus 5. I'm going to get everything onto the right side. So it's going to be 0 equals 3 sine squared minus 5 sine minus 2. Please tell me it'll factor. Negative 6, yes, into negative 6 and positive 1. So 3 sine squared minus 6 sine plus 1 sine minus 2. 3 sine minus 2 plus 1 sine minus 2. So I've got basically 3 sine plus 1. I want to skip steps. Sorry. So sine of x equals negative 1/3 and sine of x equals 2. So, calculator, inverse sine negative 1/3. Oh, that's lovely. Thanks, calculator. Negative 19.47. It's not the answer, though. That's just what my calculator gives me. And then, where does sine equal 2? And that's not in the domain. Never. Sine never equals 2. So, sine is negative. All students take calculus. Sine is negative here and here. I want the angle that's 19.5 this way and 19.5 this way. So I'm going to do 180 plus 19.5 is 199.5. So this one's 199.5. And then 360 minus 19.5. 340.5. Okay. This one's not bad. So cotan squared equals 3/2, basically. You add 3 divided by 2, you take the square root. So cotan equals plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. So where is cotan? The square root of 3 over 2. Wait, is it square root of 3 over 2 underneath? Okay, hold on. Oh, good grief. 39.23. Okay, all that gives me is this angle. Or if it said negative, it would just give me this angle, whatever. Cotan, I want plus or minus, so I want all four. So I want the 39.2, I want the one that's 180 minus it, 180 minus it, 140.8, 180 plus it, which is 219.2, and 360 minus it, which is 320.8. Oh, drat. Okay, let me see. I haven't worked this one yet. I'm going to rewrite cosecant as 1 over sine. I'm going to common denominator. It should be sine. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I might have to start over. So that'd be 4 sine squared minus 3 equals 0. Multiply both sides by sine. Yeah, this should work. Yeah. Multiply both sides by sine, and the sines go away. So it's just 4 sine squared minus 3 equals 0. So add 3, so 4 sine squared equals 3. Divided by 4, divided by 4. So sine squared equals 3/4 square root. So where is sine? Plus or minus, the square root of 3 is the square root of 3, the square root of 4 is 2. So where is it? Square root of 3 over 2. It's square root of 3 over 2 at all my 60s. So here, 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 and here, so that'd be 60. 180 minus 60 is 120. 180 plus 60 is 240. 360 minus 60 is 300. I may not have time to work all these. I've got kids coming in pretty soon. This one I can factor out as sine. So 4 sine squared minus 3. So where is sine 0? And where is sine squared? 3/4. We just did that. That was sine equals plus or minus square root of 3 over 2. That gives you the 60, 120, 240, 300. And then where is sine 0? Sine is 0 on the x-axis at 0 and 180. 20. This one's going to be yucky. 10 to the 4th of x minus 13 tan squared plus 36 equals 0. This factors into tan squared minus 9 and tan squared minus 4. So where is tan? I'm going to get ahead of myself. I'm sorry. In order to try to get them all, I'm going to have to skip some steps. Hopefully you can get from there to there. So where is tan 3? Second tan of 3. 71.5, or 71.6 rather. So that's going to be, and it's plus or minus, so it's all of them, the 71.6 degree angles. And then where is it? 2. Second tan of 2. 63.4. So I'm going to want all 4 63.4 degree angles. Here, 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 and here. That way. So I would do, it would be 71.6, 180 minus 71.6, which is 108.4, 180 plus 71.6, which is 251.6, and 360 minus, so it's 288.4. And then this one is 63.4. 180 minus it would be 116.6, and I'm doing all 4 because it's plus or minus. 180 plus 243.4, and 360 minus would be 296.6. Where does cosecant equal cotan? That's just a think about it question. Where does cosecant equal cotan? Well, pretty much cotan, where does cosine equal cotan? Oh my gosh. It's cosine over sine. So pretty much what it's asking is where's sine 1? Or if both of them were negative 1. They're also the same. Or where's cosine 0? It's here and here. So it's 90 and 270. 22. Replace cosine squared with 1 minus sine squared. So 2 minus 2 sine squared. Get everything on one side, so it would be 2 sine squared plus sine, minus 1. So negative 2 and positive 1, so 2 sine squared plus 2, no, positive 2 and negative 1, minus 1, minus 1. So sine would equal negative 1, and sine would equal a half. I skipped a step there. Where is sine equal to negative 1? Sine is equal to negative 1 at 270 degrees at the very bottom of your circle. Sine is 1/2 in your top 2 quadrants, and it's at the 30 degree angle. So it's the 30, and then 180 minus 30 is 150. Let's see. Man, what is that? That is not what I want. Go away. I want this. Paste. I'm just going to replace cosecant squared with 1 plus cotan squared. Get everything on one side. No, don't. All I have is cotan squared, so I can add my plus 6 cotan squared. Minus 1, minus 1. So 3 equals 7 cotan squared. Divide by 7. Divide by 7. So cotan equals plus or minus the square root of 3/7. So just find cotan. Square root of, what did I say, 3/7? Dude, why? say 56.8, and that just gives you your reference angle. If it gives you a negative, it's still just 56.8. And because it's plus or minus, I want all four. And 180 minus it would be 123.2. 180 plus it would be 236.8. 360 minus it would be 50, what? No, 303.2. This one, cry. My stupid things don't come with me. I'm going to get mad. Okay. I'm going to replace cotan squared with cosecant squared minus 1. So I got 2 cosecant squared minus 2 plus 9 minus cosecant of x equals 0. So I got 2 cosecant squared minus cosecant of x plus 7. Oh, curse you, quadratic formula. Ugh! That's so obnoxious. Why? Why? So if we do quadratic formula, x equals minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2 times a. That's my song I made up. Oh, you get an imaginary number right there. 4 times 2 times 7 is bigger, so it's the square root of a negative number over 4, so therefore it's no solution. 25. There's not really a happy way to do this question. You just have to kind of think about it. If we manipulate it around a little bit, cosine minus sine equals 1. So the question is, where on my circle can I do cosine minus sine and get 1? Wait, did I do that right? Yeah. I kind of disagree with his answer. Cosine of... Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's fill it in. If I do cosine minus sine, I get 1. If I do cosine minus sine, I get negative 1. If I get cosine minus sine, I get negative 1. If I do cosine minus sine, I get 1. So it's these two places. It's 0 and 270. There was not a fancy way to work that out. On this one, I would factor out cosine. 1 plus tan. No, I cannot factor if there is a number there. Cry. I would do cosine plus cosine times sine over cosine equals 2. These cancel. So where does cosine x plus sine x equal 2? Well, if you think about it, there's nowhere on your circle where that can happen. Because the biggest cosine or sine ever get is 1, and if you add it to the other one, you're going to get 1. So this is not true. No solution again. And 27, secant plus tan equals 2. That's another one where we would have to square both, move tan over, square both sides. Remember, I'm going to be creating extra answers, so before minus 2 tan x plus tan squared of x, and I'm going to replace secant squared with tan squared plus 1. Now I can get everything on one side. Minus tan squared. Hey, they cancel. Yay. And then, so I've got minus 4. Negative 3 equals negative 2 tan x. Divided by negative 2, divided by negative 2. So tan, where is tan? 3 halves. So 56.3, which is not the answer. Not 100% sure why. It's not the answer. Clearly I did something wrong. Don't know what. Oh, that's supposed to be a 4. 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 Try again. Careless mistake. There we go. That's the answer. So it's 36.9. Tan all students take. So it's also 180 plus 36.9, which is whatever that is. But when you check it, that one doesn't work. Like if you plug them back in here and just stick it in your calculator, do secant of 36.9 plus tan of 36.9 and see if it equals 2. And that, I'm sorry, I have run out of time. That's as far as I can get. But the last three, 29 factors nicely, 30 factors. 30 you have to replace, I would replace tan squared with, nope, I'd replace secant squared with tan squared plus 1, combine like terms and factor. And 28, I would multiply, here I can get you started on 28. Just move this over here, so it would be 3 cosine of x equals 2 times 1 minus 4 cosine of x. So, and then just get everything on one side and solve it. So the last three shouldn't be too bad. They are all decimals. So good luck. I hope you make 100 on this one.